I'm super excited to share this recipe with you. I got this out of my cookbook written by Hollywood actor and restaurateur Danny Trejo. He is very famous for his taco trucks throughout Los Angeles. He serves a variety of food, as well he has his own bakeries. So this cookie recipe comes from that. I'm really happy to share it with you for Mexican hot chocolate cookies. And with that, let's go ahead and get started. The first thing you're going to be needing is a mixing bowl of some sort. I'm using a Pyrex mixing bowl. I'm also using my mesh strainer as my sifter for my flour, my cocoa powder, my cream of tartar, my baking soda, and my salt. And basically what this is going to happen is it's going to mix everything together nice and evenly so it comes out really incorporated. It kind of fluffs it up. You can use an actual flour sifter if you have one, but a mesh strainer works great in a pinch. Then we're going to give it a quick stir there with a whisk. Oop, party foul, got to clean that up. Now it's time to get a workout. We're going to be creaming together our butter and sugar. Because what's going to happen here is you want to cream your butter and sugar until it becomes light and fluffy. The sugar works to dissolve with the water that is from the butter, and it's going to be creating some really tiny air bubbles that's going to make it a really light. And most of the videos you see online, people use their electronic mixers or KitchenAid mixers to cream their butter and sugar together. It is a lot easier, but I like doing it by hand so that I can show you don't need anything fancy to make cookies at home. When you finish, it should start to resemble mashed potatoes. Look at that, pour some gravy on that. Next, you can go ahead and add your eggs one at a time. After each egg, break the yolk and mix into your creamed butter and sugar. At this point, we're going to add in our dry ingredients. I'm adding just a little bit at a time and then doing somewhat of a folding method from the outside in. And the reason why I'm doing this very slowly and gently is our dry ingredients do contain flour, and when that flour mixes with the moisture from the butter and the egg mixture, it will start to form gluten. And you want your cookies to be, a little bit chewy, but you don't want them to be super tough, and that can happen if you overmix your cookie dough. In fact, this happens a lot when I use my KitchenAid mixer. I let the speed go too high. The finished product should look something like that, a little bit like wet dirt. Adding in our chocolate chips there, and we're almost ready to go. After we round our cookie dough, we're going to be dipping them into our sugar, cinnamon, cayenne pepper mix. So I'm going to mix all that together there, give it a good stir so it's all consistent. You are going to want to line some cookie baking sheets with parchment paper, and I'm using scissors to cut them to the shape of the cookie sheet because, in this kitchen we are fancy. To complete this, I'm using a cookie scoop. You, by all means, could use just your hands. You kind of want them in the shape of a ping pong ball, about that size. Dip them in the sugar mix and put them into your baking sheet a couple inches apart. Go ahead and preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Cookies will take approximately 11 to 12 minutes to bake. On one hand, you don't want them to burn, but on the other hand, you don't want them to be soft and gooey in the middle. Prepare some pot holders to place the cookie sheet on, as well as a cooling rack. I've let my cookies sit on the pan for about 2 to 3 minutes, and now I'm moving them onto the cooling rack. If you do it right away, they're just going to fall apart.